miles. I'm gonna try to stand out of the wind so y'all can hear me. Let me see if I get over here. The wind won't be so bad. I'll be by this tree. Yeah, that might. I've been doing this so long, I remember when it was 2021. Agenda 2021. Yeah, we got agendized all right. So now they're moving up. The factual information is out there about well, hey everybody, I'm back at the church sign. I was going to go all the way, and I got to looking at the skies to Rogersville, that is. And today is July the 4th, 2024. So, looking at the wind, it's blowing pretty hard. And back towards the north is some dark clouds. And actually some dark ones in front of me. So that's why I just cut this ride to 20 miles. By the time I get back, it'll be 20 miles. I'm gonna try to stand out of the wind so y'all can hear me. But, oh, let me see if I get over here. The wind won't be so bad. I'll be by this tree. Yeah, that might help. But, yeah, there's a lot to say. But it's controversial on a multitude of levels. When a human mind makes the shift to a cosmic mind, a human mind is an ego-driven survival state being that the world agenda wants everybody to stay in. Now they knew just as well as we knew that there was an awakening of Christ consciousness, and they know it. That's why they're pushing real hard with these 15-minute cities. There'll be a link. I'm so confused on some of this stuff. I'll put a link in here so you can see the blog page that I made about it. And I went with it with this approach. Give me what is factual about it, and then give me what is not lining up with what the documents say about the trueness of the story of it. So, AI Copilot generated some text, and I posted it just as it's written, as a benchmark. So as these so-called 15-minute cities get developed, we'll look back in time and we'll go, well damn, that's what they were doing right here in Ozark, Missouri with all these trails. Oh buddy, we want everybody to have a bike trail. At what cost? I remember at a meeting, one of the councilmen said, now, are you sure that ain't going to take our big pickup trucks away one day? And Jeremy Parsons, he's the director of the public parks and recreation thing, and he said, oh no, they're not going to do that. Well, they might not do it here, but they're damn sure going to do it in all around the world in other places. They already done it in China and all these nations that everybody talks about, how they have a model. Like, there's people in our government that look to China as a model for what they want to be in 10, 15 years. Well, they're speeding everything up. Hell, they think they want it by 2030. I've been doing this so long, I remember when it was 2021, Agenda 2021. Yeah, we got agendized all right. So now they're moving a lot of things up even before the year 2025.
In 2015, Switzerland and the UN member states adopted the 2030 Agenda, which sets out the path to a sustainable development for all people, with 17 universal goals. But 2030 is tomorrow. To be able to act quickly, Switzerland has set priorities, especially in those areas where the potential for development is greatest. These form the three pillars of the Sustainable Development Strategy, SDS 2030. Sustainable consumption and production, climate, energy and biodiversity, equal opportunities and social cohesion. The focus is on different fields of action. For example, securing prosperity and well-being by conserving natural resources, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and addressing the impacts of climate change, ensuring effective equality between women and men. This strategy affects both our domestic and foreign policies and relies on multiple fundamental actors: civil society, the economy, the financial market, education, research, and innovation. These actors, as well as the cantons and municipalities, play an important role alongside the federal government. They can be drivers of sustainable development and thus make a decisive contribution to the implementation of the 2030 Agenda. With this strategy, the Federal Council is securing the future of the Swiss people and positioning the country as a role model for sustainable development.
That's why I say it's controversial, because the factual information is out there about everything that we thought was a conspiracy theory has all turned out to be actual truth. I don't know how many it is, but I heard about 15 of them are definitely true. Yeah. All right, the wind's picking up. I got to get down that road. I may make another video later about some of this and web it all together, make it make more sense of what it does right now. I love y'all. Keep watching my channel. I really appreciate it.
Minutes of freedom here in the UK. So let me tell you the plan. The plan is in Oxford, and this has just been passed by the council, to divide the city here into, a squiggly city, into 6 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you will only have the freedom to operate in the part that you live. So if this is you, the idea is that everybody will live within 15 minutes of the things they need. 15 minutes of a school, 15 minutes of a doctor's, 15 minutes of a supermarket. And if you want to travel to the other zones in your city, or maybe soon your town, you will have to go out an approved route. You will have to journey around the outside of the city in order to re-enter another section of the city. This plan is supposed to be saving the planet. And the idea is that you won't simply be able to cross over into other sections of your city anymore. So if your mother, for example, lived over here, you wouldn't be able to just go across and see her. This would all be done via e-gates, electronic gates, and number plate recognition. You in your area will only be allowed within that 15-minute zone that you've been allocated. The number plate recognition will know if you leave your zone. And you can apply for permission, a permit, to leave your zone and travel to another zone, but you'll only be allowed to do this about 100 times a year. This is real. I just have to stop and say that. This is actually being passed by Oxford Council. This is happening in the next 2 years, 2024 it begins. And if you use up all your 100 passes that someone designates whether you're allowed to have to go into the different zones, you'll be fined. Your number plate will be recognised. It will observe that you've gone somewhere you're not allowed in your own city, and it will fine you £100 or £80 or whatever the fine number is.
Well, I want you to look at this, the Retro Cafe. If that ain't a hot box waiting to happen, I don't know what is. How in the world are they going to cool that thing? Where are they going to get the air conditioner from and the electricity from? But they got a sign up. She's confused, don't know what to do. Look at that. Here comes a truck and she ain't moving. They talking about it. Retro Cafe. That's Greene County. And they got a meeting, and that is the date. If you're in Greene County and you don't want to see no more traffic on this road than what you got to, I guess you can go and make your voice heard. onevoicenow.org. Yeah. Once the people catch on to there is a such thing as we have a voice and start using it, things like this that have absolutely maybe no purpose, except for it's a great idea, it just could be the wrong place. So let's see what kind of decisions is made on it to prove or disprove it. You see where I'm at? The church is right back up there. It's less than, I'm going to say it's less than a half a mile from the church. All right, that's all I can say about that. Retro Cafe.